Take a close look at these men and women. Each of them is a veteran. They spent months, sometimes years, of their lives fighting for our freedom. Some of them look like they have suffered the wounds of war, some do not. But just because they don't look injured doesn't mean they haven't been. The Wounded Warrior Project estimates that at current count, 400,000 veterans have suffered both the visible and invisible wounds of war. I know this is a topic that is near and dear to most of us. According to my class survey, most of us have either served in the military or know somebody who has. And because of this, we know people who have been injured or could have been injured protecting our country. In fact, over 50% of the class indicate they know someone who's been injured, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, due to their enlistment. Although I have never served my country, my grandfather was in the Marines, my father was in the Air Force, and my best friend was an Army Ranger. I also had other friends and family members that were soldiers as well. At a young age, I learned that we are not here to just support the active duty, but also when they return home. I'm an avid supporter of the Wounded Warrior Project and have made several contributions in the past and intend to in the future. We cannot forget our veterans, and we must do what we can to help them return home from the battlefield. Many of our soldiers return with injuries, whether physical, mental, or emotional. Most of these injuries have long-standing consequences, especially if they are not treated adequately. We need to show our support to our veterans, and there are a number of different charities and organizations that offer help and assistance to the veterans in need. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the challenges of our wounded veterans face and the way that the Wounded Warrior Project can assist in providing support for those veterans and their families. I will also strongly encourage you to support this amazing organization through one of the many available avenues they offer. The problem we currently face is that our veterans return from war and they suffer many traumatic injuries. These can be physical, mental, or emotional. While there are some services in place for these soldiers through the VA, many require more hands-on interaction, treatment, and care. Often the soldiers that need the most and suffer the most are the ones with the injuries you cannot see. According to a January 2009 article in Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, recent studies show that 14% of our veterans have tested positive for PTSD. 14% screen positive for major depression, and 19% are positive for symptoms that consist with a traumatic brain injury. The study further states that many screen positive for more than one condition. And these are just the statistics from the wounds we cannot visibly see. So many more of our veterans arrive home with a loss of limb, blindness, disfigurement, or other physical injury. Clearly, there is a trend towards our warriors returning home with significant injuries. We know that these injuries, especially mental health, go untreated, and serious consequences are out there for our veterans, and the worst is death. With so many of our warriors coming home with a need for assistance, why wouldn't we step up and help out? In fact, I would agree that it is our duty to do so. The solution to the issue is to participate in the efforts of the Wounded Warrior Project. By committing to this project, each of us can make a difference in the life of a veteran. According to the Wounded Warrior Project's website, in this year, they have committed $30 million to help 250 of our most severely injured warriors who will require a lifetime of support. They have been able to do this, as well as supporting many others through the monetary contributions of people like you and I, and as well as efforts on behalf of fundraising and participate in various volunteer projects. It is our duty to help our wounded warriors. This organization provides so many easy ways to help, and by helping others, we're doing our part to thank our warriors for fighting for our freedom. You don't have to support the war to support our soldiers. The solution provides a positive for everyone involved. The Wounded Warrior Project grows, more veterans receive help, and you have made a contribution to our freedom. I want to show you with what your donations, whether of money or of time, can help the Wounded Warrior Project accomplish.
Coming back from combat, it's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares.
If we don't help these young men and women heal, we're going to lose another generation.
You have to find that passion again once you come home.
I'm learning to face my fear.
To just let go and see what happens at the end.
They couldn't break me. I just kept coming back.
I had the drive and desire.
Now think about your family and friends who are veterans or current enlisted men and women. Now imagine for a moment they are severely injured while overseas. Maybe they're suffering from a traumatic injury, maybe PTSD, or anything else. Wouldn't you want them to have everything they need? According to an article by Paul Rykoff for CNN, the VA takes on average 600 days to process the claims of our veterans. Do you want your family members waiting 600 days just to get some kind of assistance? No. We have the power to work with the Wounded Warrior Project to ensure that our warriors' needs are being met before, during, and after the VA finally offers assistance. There are so many ways for you to take part in helping with the Wounded Warrior Project. Today, I'm asking you to take 2 distinct and easy steps to support this project's ambitious goals and ensuring that our wounded veterans receive all of the care that they need. The first thing I'm asking you to do is to visit the Wounded Warrior Project's website. There, you will see that they currently have a pledge posted. I am asking you to make this pledge to share in the lifetime commitment to injured soldiers. The second commitment I'm asking you to make, while you're visiting the project's website, please review their Give Back or Shop sections and find a way that suits your schedule or financial ability to make a commitment to at least participate in one other way. I believe the Wounded Warrior Project puts it best when it says, "The greatest casualty is being forgotten." With your help, the Wounded Warrior Project can become even more successful, and our veterans will know that neither they nor their sacrifices will ever be forgotten.